We've really got the climate change thing going on between SoCal and PA, but for Mopar maniacs, this place is their slice of heaven, where the word Hemi reigns supreme.
Yes, it's snowing. Yes, the schools are closed. Yes, the government offices are closed. But we're getting an engine built by Ray Barton, so we're open.
I'm Ray Barton. I'm the owner of Ray Barton Racing Engines. I've been building racing engines for about 35 years.
What are you going to build us?
We're going to build you a Hemi. That's what we do here. Hemis are probably the most impressive engine that there is, simply for the fact that they're the only American muscle car type engine that holds their value and increases the value of a car. Well, we pretty much toured the whole shop. We started from when the block comes to here and honed the block to size and to the right finish so that the rings seat properly. Next, we went to the balancing machine, make sure that the crank was balanced properly, make sure all your pistons and rods are the same weight.
Crankshaft balancing, that's the heart of the whole engine. Everything's connected to the crankshaft.
Next step we went to is we did the cylinder heads. Showed how we cut the valve seats with cutters instead of the old-fashioned way with the stones. Went to the porting room, did some porting.
Giving every cylinder head an increase in airflow is a fundamental to improve performance.
The flow bench room, made sure that our work was right with the valve job and the porting.
Once it's confirmed every component will work at maximum capacity, assembly gets underway. Bottom end up, the only way to start.
Well, this engine's starting off with a great base. It's the New World block that Dodge is really proud of, and they've only had out for a few months.
I put together a 528 cubic inch blown Hemi. I easily put over 1,000 Hemis together.
The bottom end assembly of a Hemi is really no different than any big block. Crank, connecting rods, pistons, and cam installation all follow the same basic pattern. It's the top side that really makes the Hemi different. The top of the piston head isn't flat like typical Y-block engines. The valve setup and angle are also unique to let the top of the piston rise right into the head.
He came up with this base plate, had it patented, designed everything. We cut up all kinds of rocker arms, and now what we end up with is a solid base plate.
Having a more stable rocker arm worked out nice, and then Ray's developed a wonderful one. So on the higher end, when you order a crate engine, you can actually have a couple options now.
This new solid base plate is kind of Ray Barton's secret Hemi sauce. Matt Delaney jumped on this design and uses it exclusively in all his race cars. And he isn't the only one. Ray's engines are becoming the standard for most Mopar-based teams. Add a sweet BDS blower and this is going to make some serious torque.
Oh, you can't beat this. You got the biggest, baddest motor in the planet. It's a Hemi, it's got a blower. There's nothing better.
There's not that many who would argue that statement. Plus, there's one other thing too.
Chicks dig it.
Chrysler developed the hemispherical design for fighter planes in World War II. It was put into cars in the early 50s without much fanfare. It wasn't until the 1964 Daytona 500 that the Hemi gained headlines. After winning with their famous 426 big block, Chrysler engines became all the rage.
We actually dyno the stuff here when we know exactly what it makes and make sure that everything's tuned properly when the engine leaves here.
And this is what 528 cubic inches pushing 800 horses sounds like.
Dan actually grabbed the handles and did a real good job at making 819 horsepower. You're hired if the TV gig don't work out.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
I guess you guys can unhook that thing. So that answers that old question. Chop, cut, rebuild. Does that show have a Hemi